All right, Shalom. We're the brothers from the GMS Atlanta camp. We want to start off by giving all glory and infinite praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Wa, Ha, Kodash, Rakah. Salutations to the Akim throughout the four corners that are putting their life on the line week in and week out, in season and out of season, prophesying the gospel of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And double honors to our apostles and the elders, that great millstone that teach us this truth and that rule well. That's right. You know, we coming real quick, just, you know, in the spirit, and we just gonna get into you know, brothers walking in wisdom, really. Well, the spirit had us to go into speech, but it's more so brothers walking in the wisdom and knowing how to, you know, deal with brothers, how to speak to people within the world, speak amongst brethren, and when dealing at camp, man, you know, when you know, dividing this truth. You gotta make sure that you know you choose your words carefully, and that your like the scriptures we're gonna get into, that your speech be seasoned with salt, man. Mm-hmm. You know, but we just gonna get into it. It ain't gonna be too long.
I'll read it for you. Come on. This is Colossians chapter 4 verse 5. It says, "Walk in wisdom toward them that are without."
And who are the people that are without? It's these 2/3, man. It's these nations outside of Israel, but more so the elect that is yet to be waking up, man. Because we know that the 2/3 that they've been found defective, man. Like they've been found wanting, and that word wanting goes back to defective. So they ain't gonna get this truth anyways, man. So they'll always be without until they get the kingdom. So it's about the elect. Those are the ones that are walking without. Mm-hmm. You can continue, right?
Can I get a quick precept?
Yeah, come on.
This is Acts chapter 13, verse 46. Then Paul and Barnabas waxed bold and said, it was, speaking on, laying back on what the brother was saying, walking in wisdom towards those that are without. This is what Paul and Barnabas did. So Acts 13 and 46, then Paul and Barnabas waxed bold and said, it was necessary that the word of the Most High should first have been spoken to you, but seeing ye put it from you. So he's speaking to the circumcision, ones that know they're Israelite, because it was first spoken to you. But seeing ye put it from you, because the house of Israel are stubborn, they're bastards, which means illegitimate children. Okay. But seeing ye put it from you, and judge yourselves unworthy of everlasting life, lo, we turn to the Gentiles, which are Israelites, but they don't know yet. Okay, so they're walking in wisdom towards them that are without, in that specific scripture right there. And it's the same thing what the brother was saying we're doing right now. You got it? Want me to continue reading?
Yeah, come on.
This is Colossians chapter 4 verse 5. Walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time.
And we're redeeming the times, man. We see that, hey man, America is on its way out, man. And we're Yahweh Shai is on his way, and we finna get the kingdom. Lord willing, brothers endure. But it says redeeming that time, so we're walking in wisdom, man. In front of the world, man. Really, like your family members, your friends, your colleagues. It should be something different about you, because you're walking in the wisdom and the knowledge and the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
You can continue.
Verse 6. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man.
He said, let your speech be always with grace, man, and seasoned with salt. So the brother pulling up. You can go into.
You want what, grace?
Yeah, go into grace, Bobby.
Come. This is the word grace, and it's charis in the Greek, which means grace, that which affords joy, pleasure, delight, sweetness, charm, of loveliness, grace of speech, goodwill, loving kindness, favor.
Ain't that why we out there? Mm-hmm. That's what we out there. We out there to call back the elect, man, because we speaking to a brother. He doesn't know it, but we know it. So therefore, it's a manner in which we're supposed to speak. We're on the highways and the byways, when we're dealing with Jake in our day to day. It's a grace that you're supposed to speak with, man.
Mm-hmm. This is a good one right here. It says, of the merciful kindness of the Most High, Yahweh, exhorting his holy influence upon souls, turns them to Yahweh Shai, keeps, strengthens, increases them in, it says Christian faith, but speaking of in this knowledge, affection, and kindles them to exercise of the Hebrew, the Israelite virtues. Okay?
And that's
not the Christian.
Yahweh Shah too. How he established his words in your thoughts.
That's right.
If I can get that.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
This is on Proverbs 16:1.
That's I got
The
that.
preparations of the heart and man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord.
That's right.
All thy ways of man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirits.
That's right. Reread verse 1.
Con. This is Proverbs 16:1. The preparations of the heart and man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord.
All right. When you go into that word preparation, it means arrangement. Okay.
Con.
And it says the answer of the tongue, meaning what you speak. All right. So that's exactly what we're going into. So
And,
so everything that goes on in your head is coming from the higher power.
Con.
And when you regurgitate it out of your mouth, and that is still from the higher power, because he arranged for you to say those certain things with grace, like it says in Colossians 4:6, to be, to come out like that and be said. You got it, Doc.
Yeah, and like again, in order for that to happen, think about it. Steps to it like orders. He come in the volume of a book. What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? We're supposed to read this book, and then we're supposed to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the Lord speaking through us. And if I can get verse 3.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 16:3. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and my thoughts shall be established.
That's right.
That's it on that.
So with that, it's a lot. And I'm gonna toss it back to y'all, Akim.
Hey, and just while that brother's getting that precept, I know this brother's an example for of it when we were speaking or whatever. When we talking to this brother, sometimes it'll literally take this brother 10, 15, 20 seconds to really reply to you. And you would think the brother was egging you, but when I asked him about it, I was like, do you be egging? Do you be egging people or whatever? He said, no. It's just I'm really thinking about what I'm gonna say, my response. He's just not talking just to be running his mouth. It's actually it's substance is coming out. That's seasoned speech. He's just not just kicking random rhetoric like niggas do in the world, man.
Yeah.
This is a man of calculated thoughts, man. And that's all of us brothers up here, man. All brothers that's in this truth. You should be a calculated thinker and watch and really understand what you're saying before you say it, man.
That's right.
Just like with the Akim, when you're around brothers, it's especially for you guys who's trying to get into the camps, you want to be very careful and particular of what the words you say, because the Lord, He coming through certain brothers, He's speaking through certain brothers. One brother might look at you and like, hey, yeah, don't say that, don't do that, rebuke, which is really love.
That's right.
And that's actually a blessing. You're supposed to really take it, humble down, and correct yourself.
That's right.
And pray to the Most High. That's actually the correct order, the right spirit to be in. And
Reread that Proverbs 16:3, and I'm gonna get a precept to what both y'all brothers are saying.
all right, come. This is Proverbs 16:3. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established.
All right. So this is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 6, verse 37. It says, "Let thy mind be on the ordinance of the Lord, and meditate continually in His commandments. He shall establish thine heart, and give thee wisdom at thine own desire." Because right there it says, "And thy thoughts shall be established." Okay. So what the brother was saying also, simply think before you speak. So this is Sirach, chapter Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 1, verse let's see. Salat, bear with me. I just lost. There it is. Verse 29. Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed of what thou speakest. So know what you're saying. Okay? Know what you're saying. Take some time. Even a split second is a good enough time to say the right things. The Lord will put it in you, especially if you're meditating on His ordinances.
Yeah.
Y'all brothers go.
And when you meditate, that's actually wisdom.
Yes.
I'm gonna just bring this out real quick. This is 1 Corinthians 2:5.
Mm-hmm.
That your faith should not stand in wisdom of men,
Mm.
but in the power of the Most High.
That's right. Because the wisdom in this world it ain't good. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't good.
The wisdom of men. But go ahead.
Con.
You can say,
That was it on that one.
come on. You want to go
Oh,
back?
actually, verse 6.
Go ahead.
Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, which are the elect, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
The lost elect.
This perfect.
Con. Yet not the wisdom of this world. And that's what you were just speaking about.
That's right.
Because the wisdom of this world is none but Esau. You know, niggas doing carnal things out there.
That's right.
Nor of the princes of this world that come to you not. And that, I just wanted to, you know.
Yeah, come on.
You pull Titus
Come on.
2 and 6.
Come on. This is Titus chapter 2, verse 6. It says, young men likewise exhort to be sober. See, we young men right here.
Yeah, and if you go to it and look up sober.
Come on. That word sober is sophronero in the Greek, which means to be of sound mind, to be in one's right mind, to exercise self-control, to put a moderate estimate upon oneself. Zen.
Hey, that's a spirit. Yeah, that's a spirit. That's a spirit.
Come on. You can go ahead and break it down.
And matter of fact, just leave that up, and I'm gonna read it.
Yep.
It says, young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded. And it said to be sober-minded is to be in one's right mind, to exercise self-control. And that's what the brother was just saying earlier. It's simply think before you speak. That's exercising self-control, man. Having that rule over your spirit. Because I know when I first came in, coming out of the word, you cuss a lot. And then where I come from, it's a lot of cursing that goes on. But I can't rely on the fact that I always fall back on, oh, that's where I come from. Like, no, it's about growing, man. It's about showing some form of discipline and self-restraint. Have exercise and self-control, man. So basically every exhortation or every presentation of the scriptures don't have to come with so-called vulgar language. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to come with fancy words in that matter either, because we know that Renee, he was a very eloquent speaker, man. That's right. But at the same time, he showed himself not to be sober-minded, man.
What's that? Where Paul is speaking about excellency of speech.
Come.
But we can go back to Titus.
Nah, if you had something that you was gonna bring up on that.
I don't think I can find it. It's a lot. No, you got it out.
Okay, come. We can go back to that. So it's saying, young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded. So in being sober-minded, you have to be in the right mind. And what the brother had went into it. You have to be meditating upon the ordinance of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He said, he shall establish your thy thoughts, man.
That's right.
So that's how you exhort to be sober-minded, man. And I'll continue. It says, okay, come.
This is Titus chapter 2, verse 7. In all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works.
Do that what? That's the exercising of self-control, man. So it's saying in all things showing thyself a pattern of good works. And how do you show a pattern? It's through the exercising thereof, man. If you a fuck up, you when you get your check, it's gone the next day. Your bills are never paid. Your house is filthy. That's a pattern of a fuck up. But if you come over, I call the brother Zen, like a Zen master or whatever. He's always in order. It's precise. It's calculated, precise timings to everything with the brother. that's a form of showing a form of self control and restraint, man.
And it says,
Yeah, go ahead.
you want to go ahead?
Yeah, okay.
In doctrine showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity. Verse 8, sound speech.
Matter of fact, could you go back, Baba Bashar?
Come on.
And we go just start back at 8 because there's a point I wanted to make.
Verse 8.
Verse 7. It's a lot.
God. Titus 2, verse 7. In all things showing thyself a pattern of good works.
So, brothers, right now we're showing a pattern of good works, putting up our videos, going out to the highways and the byways. We're being brotherly amongst one another. We're not going off willfully, just committing sins. That's showing a pattern of good works, man.
That's right.
You can continue.
In doctrine showing uncorruptness.
In doctrine. So when we divide this word to brothers or whatever, we're making sure that, hey, we fact checking each other, cross checking each other, rebuking and reproving. Like if I break one part of the precept down wrong, that brother's supposed to say something to me, man. And it says, in doctrine spewing uncorruptness. So it's no, you will not find corruptness in the doctrine that we speak. It says in gravity and sincerity. If you look up that word, gravity.
Come. All right. The word gravity is semnotos in the Greek, which means the characteristics, characteristic of a good thing or person which entitles to reverence and respect, dignity, majesty, and sanctity, honor, purity.
And that's brothers in the presentation on the highways and the byways. That's really what that goes into, and in your day to day. Well, really your day to day in the dealing amongst brotherhood. The brothers. These are the characteristics in which brothers must show: respect, dignity, majesty, sanctity, honor. We honor one another, man.
That's right.
And in our speech, when we go out, we're really honoring these 2/3 we're honoring Jake until they prove themselves to be a 2/3, man. And it says purity. So we're coming. You can't find any corruptness because it's pure. This doctrine is pure, man.
Yep,
This is pure doctrine.
What's that? I'm gonna get a quick precept. You keep talking.
Come. And it says, and in sincerity. So we're sincere when we come out here, man. I sincerely fear Yahweh Shah.
That's why it says reverence right there. That goes back to fear and respect.
Come. So, hey, spirit, man. So, did you hear?
Yeah, I got something.
No,
real
go ahead.
quick. This is in the same book, Titus chapter 1, verse 15, because it says purity. It says, unto the pure, all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. That's right. And that's why we're pure around the men that we're around, okay? Because we understand that this word is pure. We're all on one accord. We all have the same respect and honor and dignity and majesty, like it's saying, towards one another. So we know this thing is pure. We know that the Akim we're around are Akim. They're brothers because they show signs of purity. Because to the pure, all things are pure. You know what I'm saying? And also it says the characteristics of a thing or a person which entitles to reverence and respect. All this goes back. All these characteristics go back, that we have through spirit, go back to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We reverence, we revere and respect and honor and pure in the purest form we can. Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's why we're not we can't be condemned. Okay? That's why the doctrine cannot be corrupted. All right?
You can continue.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
So this is Titus chapter 2. Did you have something, Zakaria?
Oh, no. I was just listening.
This is
you can start back at 7.
Come.
The flow.
Come. This is Titus chapter 2, verse 7. In all things showing thyself a pattern of good works, was not last year deemed diligence and destruction? That still goes for this year as well. The year to push still goes for this year as well.
That's a
It-
pattern.
It's a pattern, and it all just ties in together.
Okay.
Okay, that's a spirit. So in all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works. So adding to your temperate, get that. I think it's 1 Peter chapter 1. It says adding to your temperance, virtue, or whatnot. Because you keep adding on things.
Okay.
Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it real quick. I think it's First Peter chapter 1.
Say what was in the
Temperance. I may be going off. But if you could find it,
Yeah,
my
I'm
Baba
looking it
Shah,
up.
get that. Alright, so going back, Titus
The
2.
Second Peter's and to knowledge, temperance.
Go ahead and click on 2 Peter
Okay.
1 real quick. Because it goes in. Alright, go up to verse 5.
Okay, God. And this is Second Peter chapter 2. Chapter 1, verse 5. It says, and beside this, giving all diligence,
There we go. Showing a pattern of good works. Go ahead.
add to your faith virtue.
So add to your faith virtue. So we're adding the year of push, the year of death, diligence, and destruction, to the year of prophecy. Okay, we're adding this all together, showing a pattern of good works. So go ahead.
It says, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge,
Go ahead.
and to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience.
That's right. Temperance and patience are synonymous.
Okay.
Temperance goes back to long suffering or forbearance. So go ahead.
And to patience godliness.
And that's what we're going into right now. Having sound speech, you're being patient, and you're having godliness towards somebody.
Okay.
If you're not, you're riled up. You didn't hold your peace.
Yeah, kind of.
Certain times, you gotta go in.
Kind
Don't
of.
get me wrong.
Yeah.
You gotta go in.
Yeah,
But
kinda.
there's a lot of times where you have to have sound speech, and like we read in Colossians 4 and 6, be with grace.
Okay.
Okay.
Because to add on to that point, name one time Yahweh Shah really got beside himself outside of the time when he walked into the temple and he beat them niggas and drove the animals out. He beat the animals and the niggas out of the temple.
Flipping tables and stuff.
Yeah, flipping tables and everything, but that it was a time for that. It was a time. Yahweh Shah was an example that, it's a time and a season to all things, man.
I was just thinking about that scripture.
So Yahweh Shah is that example unto us, man.
That's right.
But all the other times when he perceived the Sadducees and the Pharisees coming against him, he already know they want to kill him. They coming to try to trip him up in his words. He ain't cuss them out. Yeah, he called folks. John called folks vipers, but Yahweh Shah called folks vipers and dogs, foxes. Yeah, hey, man, those are curse words, man. But for the most part, like Yahweh Shah just cut him, and it was. And what could you say? You couldn't even say that he used offensive speech against you.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
They can't even say that. This is damn cut me. Hey, what you mad at? Yeah, how Shah cut me? Did he cuss you? No. Did he hit you? No. All right, then he blameless. You just got cut.
That's
simple.
right. And
That's
Titus,
just take a review.
that's right. Titus 2 is going to go into what the brother was just saying. And on top of that, when you do read it, it's in some of those instances, the scribes and Pharisees did not come back to Yahweh Shah.
Right.
It says that. It's like, and they never asked him a question again.
Yeah, because, and it goes back to Titus.
So this is Titus chapter 2, verse 8. Sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed.
Yeah, and are these niggas that come up, these like EJ, the brother was going into, EJ Love, have they not been ashamed that you came up here, you was expecting men to be, overzealous in the spirit, wanting to become carnal, that because Esau a bitch, he perceived everything that Jake wants to get carnal and Jake is just being manly.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, these men were found to be contrary unto us, and they were found to be ashamed, man, because they could come, you could show me why I was corrupting the doctrine. I didn't speak any illness when when applying these scriptures, when giving out these scriptures, when me going through these scriptures, you ain't find nothing wrong. What did I say wrong?
That's right.
So these EJ Love came out thinking, hey man, these men at the very least these men are gonna use choice vulgar language.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if you could pull that up, Baba Kushai, you getting something?
No, you got it.
If you'll pull up vulgar, that's just common speech, man. But that's something that people would try to come against brothers on. Oh yeah, you're cursing. Nah, I ain't curse you. I ain't ask you how about Shimmy I was shot to drop you off a building. I didn't ask him to hit you with a bus. So I didn't cuss.
There you go.
It says vulgar, common, ordinary. Yeah, so it says to go. It says pertaining to the common people, common, vulgar, low, mean.
So that word mean, there's a scripture in Proverbs where it says, if you're about your business, you will not sit amongst mean men. When you look into that word mean, it actually means insignificant. So that's what they put mean in there for. It doesn't really mean, no, he's mean. No, he's just insignificant. If I were to say, oh, you want to hang out with these guys? Nah, they're mean. Oh, they're nice people. No, I mean they're insignificant to me. I don't want nothing to do with it. That's what it means.
Okay.
So that's the same spirit us brothers being. We don't want to hang with niggas all day.
Yeah, so we're mean. They're mean, man. We don't want to hang with mean men.
And that's what vulgar means. Insignificant, low, common. That's why you have the commoners, the common people. Commonwealth.
And we're royal people, man. And us being royal people, it's a thing that, you know, EJ Love was really coming out expecting brothers at the very least to call him a pink monkey or a cracker or a goddamn peckle.
I was thinking the same thing.
So he can say, hey, well, you guys are using vulgar language towards me. Hey man, it's just common language, man.
He's always bitching.
But at the same time, like brothers, when applying knowledge and wisdom of the scriptures, you'll see as brothers really grow, brothers cuss, so-called use vulgar language less and less.
That's true.
Like that's the thing that, you know, brothers, I'm working on. I can say for myself, I can't tell another brother how to move in that manner. I would you know, admonish brothers. Yeah, you know, for the sake of the truth and us really walking as blameless as possible for the sight of men, the people that are without. You know, because it's an elect out there somewhere that he's soft-spirited.
That's right.
And only through the scriptures will he be built up and become hard and austere.
That's right.
So it's a thing that brothers, we watch our speech because you don't know who you may offend.
That's right.
You know?
It could be a potential elect. You sitting here cursing, and he may have that soft spirit at that particular time.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lord sent him like that. You know what I'm saying? But you got to speak to him. Back to Colossians with grace.
Yeah, because you know some Jakes, and I've been guilty of it. Like you catch a weak-spirited Jake when you full of the zeal, you just coming into the truth. You go hard body on a soft spirited guy, man. But like
I've done
now,
it too, man.
yeah, so you know, like now that brothers is growing in the spirit, like we know better, and we would admonish other younger brothers younger than we. Hey man, that ain't expedient. You ain't got to do that. You can go about that in a different manner.
That's right. That's wisdom.
You know, that's what the brother's saying. That's wisdom. You know.
That's right. So you know, finish this off and we can close.
Yeah. We can finish this off and close it out.
Reread it. This is Titus chapter 2, verse 8. Sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you.
And why do you think EJ Love's on the comment boards pissed, just saying any and everything, getting his homies involved because he can speak of no evil of us. The brothers cut this man clean, clear to the point. Like, hey man, the dude was looking like baloney out there, man.
Then after that, he wanted to make a video as if we was the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
insignificant guys.
Yeah.
But show brothers what they went on. Show us where the it was corruptness in the doctrine. You won't find it. Show us where brothers didn't deal with him with grace, man. Brothers dealt with him with grace, and he was a goddamn Edomite, man.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the point of this all. If you had something else,
Just real quick.
yeah, go ahead.
This is Philippians chapter 3, verse 6. It says, concerning zeal, persecuting the church, touching the righteousness which is in the law, blameless. So I'm going to read verse 5. Circumcised at verse 4. Though I might have confidence in flesh, if any man thinketh that he hath whereof he might trust in the flesh, I more. Circumcised the 8th day. So Paul is speaking that he keeps the law of the stock of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, and Hebrew of the Hebrews, as touching the law, a Pharisee, because the Pharisees knew the law, because they're all about the law, the law, the law, the law. Paul knew the law. He was like a top, if I'm not mistaken,
top
Pharisee.
That's why he had so much power.
That's right. It says, concerning zeal, persecuting the church, touching the righteous, which is in the law, blameless. Meaning, like, look, what can you find that I'm wrong about with the law? It's the same thing. Since we're coming with this doctrine, we gave it to him.
Yeah, okay.
Simply, with grace. When you watch that video, Elder Tazawam and Elder Abba, all them,
Barzal,
Elder Barzal, all them came with him with just, look, this is what it is. They weren't, fuck, shit, He's like, look, laid it out. If you can't get it, they cut them up. Clean, nice, not like butter, man. Just right there. And what can they say? They can't say no evil towards us. What can you say? We just came out the book. Like the brother brought out the volume of the book. Yeah,
but you know, that was really, you know, if you had anything else out?
Oh, what he was just saying though, clean cut coming right out of the book. Us brothers know not to add on and take away from the scriptures.
That's right. That's being uncorrupt, man. That's finding no corruptness in the scriptures, because we ain't adding unto it, we ain't taking away from it, man. Yeah. But you know, this was really you know, exhortation / admonishment of brothers. Just, you know, think before you speak, man. And it's a certain way to deal with these people on the highways and the byways in your day-to-day family. All people, man, because we're supposed to be that light unto these Gentiles, man. And the greatest example that we have right about now to show really how to deal with people on the highways and byways, you have to watch the apostles and the elders and show me. Well, you will see Apostle Tahar just going a vulgar rant. You won't see it. Hey, he'll probably tell you get the fuck up the street, get the hell on. But that's about it, man. You know, but this is just, you know, we just came in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Like, hopefully brothers were edified. And still, before we leave out, we want to give all glory and all praises unto Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Wa, Ha, Kodash, Rakah. Salutations to the Akim throughout the four corners that are putting their life on the line week in and week out. And double honors to our apostles and the elders once again, a great millstone that teach us this truth and that rule well. Hopefully you brothers will edify until the next time. Shalom.
Shalom.